Let's start seated today. So just a cross-legged position, and let's take our right shin in front. And then, as you all know, if you find it difficult to sit here like this, especially first thing starting out when we're not warm at all, it can feel really intense in the hips. We can tend to round in a little bit. It's hard to sit tall like this. So sitting up on a block or a blanket just allows you to lengthen through that pelvic girdle a little more, sit a little taller with a greater sense of ease. So take any support that you need, and then let's just roll the shoulders back a few times. Let's get the Mondays out of the way here. If you're carrying any of that in your neck and shoulders, maybe you had a real wild, fun weekend. So kind of just putting that all aside. Good, and then let's start to roll forward. Good, roll back again a couple of times. And then just feel those shoulder blades release down your back. Your shoulders are stacking over your sit bones, so you have all of that length through the sides of your waist. Hands on your thighs, gently close your eyes here. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Pause at the top. See if you can sip in a little more air. And then sigh the breath out through your mouth. Ha. Couple more times like that. Smooth, deep, full inhale, fill up. Pause. See if you can sip in a little more air, expand a little more. And then exhale the air out through your mouth. Ha. And then go ahead and seal your lips. Start to inhale through your nose. And exhale through your nose. Finding that Ujjayi breath. Just listening to that inhale through your nose, that exhale through your nose. You're just creating that soft rush of air in the back of your throat. Right away, trying to drop into this place of symmetry and evenness. Initially, one might feel a little easier than the other, so you just observe that and then you adjust, try to even things out. As your attention starts to fixate on sounds or thoughts, just remind yourself to come back to your breath. Another moment or two here. Just enjoy this quiet, this stillness, this little mini check-in with yourself. Just noticing how you're doing in this moment. Good, and then gently blink your eyes open here. You're gonna find your strap. We're just gonna do some shoulder humblers here. So you're gonna probably come out pretty wide on the strap, especially if you tend to be a little tighter in the shoulders or you're a little bulkier. Make sure that you continue to sit tall here. Find those sit bones and then let your lower belly pull in and up. As we inhale, we stretch the strap up overhead, really pull out. This is where you might need to go a little wider. So you start to stretch back. You're gonna feel this intense sensation across the fronts of the shoulders and the armpits. Inhale up to center, and again, you go as wide as you need to. Beautiful work in that. As you exhale, keep sitting tall as you release down. So a few more of these, just kind of warming things up. Make sure that your chin is level to the floor. Just moving nice and slow with the breath, warming up this shoulder girdle. And we carry a lot of tension and stress there. I'm just trying to work a little of that out today. So return forward and then inhale, come up again and just hold there. And then let's just do a little kind of funky lateral side stretch. I don't even know how this is going to work, but we're going to give it a go. So start to lean arms off to the right, stretch out, and then maybe try to lengthen a little bit through that left side. So there's a little lateral stretch. It's not deep as we sometimes go. We'll do that on the second side. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze in towards each other even as you're pulling your arms out on the strap. Inhale up to center. And then exhale. Little lean off to the left, so little lateral stretch. Notice the places where you're getting this. I'm getting a nice stretch in my right armpit here. Kind of through the right side of your waist. You might even be feeling this in the neck a little bit. Are you breathing? All right, press into your sit bones. Inhale, come up. Just release the strap off to one side. Extend legs to straight. Give them a little shake. And then we recross with our left shin in front. So crossing in the center, finding your sit bone sitting nice and tall. And then before we find that stillness again, let's shrug our shoulders up towards the ears. And let it go. So deep inhale, create some tension so you can release and find that sense of relief. Couple more. Inhale, ears to shoulders. And one more. And let it go and really let it go. So you just feel those shoulder blades releasing down your back towards your sit bones. Palms on your thighs. Gently close the eyes. Find that rhythm of your Ujjayi breath again, especially if you've lost it. Just even it out. And on this side, maybe really notice what happens with the breath as you inhale. So there's this big expansion in the front of the body, the sides of the body, the back of the body. And then as you exhale, everything contracts in as you empty out. Notice if you start to collapse as you exhale, can you continue to sit tall? Can you continue to have this lift of your heart and chest? Maybe as you inhale, the shoulders creep up towards the ears, so keep them just nice and heavy, releasing down. Another moment here. Enjoy this stillness. Good, as you inhale, blink your eyes open. We're gonna take a little, do our little classic side stretch here. So you're gonna root down into your left palm, also into that right sit bone. And then this time that right arm comes up and over. So we're getting a little more lateral side stretch here. You're spinning the pinky side of that right hand down towards the mat. These look great. Maybe you're gazing up underneath that top arm. And depending upon how flexible you are, you might even be moving that left arm out a little further. Some of us might even lower down to the forearm. You gauge that. So if you lose that connection of the right sit bone pressing, perhaps you've gone too far. Maybe you're gazing up underneath the top arm. And just notice where you're getting the sensation. Send your exhale there. Good. As we inhale, we come on up, and then we take that to the second side. So exhale, root down into your right palm, anchor into that opposite sit bone, that left sit bone, stretching up and over. Pinky side of this left hand spins down, shoulder blades squeeze in towards each other. Breath smooth and steady. How does this side feel different in your body? You're always noticing these little subtleties, these little shifts. Couple more good breaths here. Good. Inhale up to center, and then we're going to flip around to our tabletop position, setting up for some cat-cow. So land with your shoulders over your wrists, fingers spreading, knees underneath your hips, and then just start to get into the spine, start to connect movement with breath. So finding a little vinyasa. As you inhale, you arch, press down into the tops of your feet, into your shins. As you exhale, really press into your hands. Let the back of the neck lengthen and release. Belly button pulls towards those back ribs. And then you're continuing like this at your pace. Feels really nice to close your eyes here if they're not already. It just helps you to get internal, helps you to key into the sensations happening in your body. And so just a series of kind of a gentle forward fold, gentle back bend, warming things up. Couple more rounds. Good, so go ahead and come back to a neutral spine. You're neither arching nor rounding. So back is nice and long. We're gonna curl our toes under on the mat here. All right, pull the belly in, and then we're just gonna hover our knees up off the mat about an inch. So still gazing forward. It's kind of like a little modified plank pose, but you're gonna feel this in the core. Not a modified plank, a modified tabletop. You might even start to feel this in the fronts of the legs. Couple more breaths. Keep those shoulder blades squeezing in towards each other. Try to keep a little widening across your heart and chest. And then keep this deep bend in your knees, but start to stretch your hips up towards the ceiling. So we move towards our downward dog. You might have to walk your feet back a hair just to give yourself a little space. Good, and then keep that deep bend. So you're pretty high on your tippy toes. You're stretching your sit bones up towards the ceiling. You're getting lots of length through the sides of your waist. Make sure your feet are about hips distance apart. Couple breaths here like this. It feels like you're pressing the mat away with your hands. So stay up on those left toes, start to melt that right heel back, stretch into the back of the leg. It might not get all the way to the floor. That's absolutely fine. Just go to that spot where you're feeling a stretch in the back of the leg. Up to tippy toes, and then exhale. Release your left heel back any amount. Up to tippy toes. Good, both feet, and then start to gently release both heels back. They're definitely not going to go as far. And you can still keep a little bend in your knees if you need. Make sure that your ears are releasing between your inner arms, your biceps. So gaze again just between your feet. And just know that the first downward dog of the day of the week can always feel a little intense. From here, we're going to start to slowly walk our hands back to meet our feet. As you inhale, you can have your fingertips on the floor or hands on shins or thighs. Chest extends forward, gaze comes forward. Beautiful work. As you exhale, fold back in. Couple more like that. Keep the weight evenly distributed in your feet. Inhale, lifting. Exhaling, folding in. Good, inhale, lengthen through the sides of your waist, gaze comes forward. Exhale, fold. And this time, pressing into your feet, stretching arms out and up. As you exhale, hands come together at your heart. Good, exhale, release your arms, and we're gonna take that right arm in front. So just holding with your hand, you can hook with your elbow. Keep this nice Tadasana, so the arch is lifting a little bit. Make sure that that right shoulder isn't creeping up around your ears, so the shoulder blade releases down. Feeling this stretch across the tricep. And you can press in with this left arm as much as feels good to do in your body. Good, let's release that. Take the second side. So whatever that looks like, side to side, things can be really different. So adjust as you need to. Maybe just visualize your exhale going to the places that are feeling really intense here, where there's a little tightness. Good, release, and then inhale, stretch your right arm up. You're gonna use your left hand to help wrap that arm inward, and then bend your elbow. Take your left hand to the top of that elbow, and then just apply a little pressure. As much as you need to start to feel this stretch through the tricep area. You might be getting it in the armpit a little bit, certainly in the shoulder. Breath smooth and steady. Good, deep inhale, start to stretch the arms apart. And then as you exhale, press the walls away so the fingertips point up towards the ceiling. Feel that stretch on the inseam of the arm, the under part of the arm. And then release your fingers down, even try to curl them up towards your wrist. Deep inhale. Exhale, release arms by your side, and then inhale, stretch your left arm up. Use your right hand to help you find that internal rotation, so spinning the arm in. Hold on to that as you release that elbow down, and then press very gently down on that left elbow with your right palm. Still standing tall, still feeling your tailbone release, feeling this lengthening through the sides of your waist. And then also all of the sensation that might be happening in your shoulders, all of that good stretching. Couple breaths. Good, as we inhale, we start to stretch the arms apart, and then exhale, bring wrists perpendicular to the shoulders. Let's make fists with our hands here, and just get into the wrists a little bit, so start to circle around. Move the opposite direction. Good, as you exhale, hands release by your side, so you're at the back of your mat here. When we start to find just a few half sun salutes, so beginning to flow as you inhale, arms reach out and up. Take up lots of space, get really tall. Hold on to all of this length as you exhale, hinge forward, fold in, maybe with a bend in your knees. Inhale, chest extends forward, gaze comes forward. As you exhale, you fold back in, lengthen through the back of your neck, rooting into your feet, taking arms out and up, stretching up overhead. And then as you exhale, hands come together at your heart. A couple more. Inhaling, reaching Utthita Hastasana in Tadasana, extended mountain. As you hinge forward, find your Uttanasana, deep forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze in towards each other. This is a back bend. As you exhale, back into your Uttanasana. Inhale, press down to rise up, Utthita Hastasana in Tadasana. Exhale, hands together at your heart, Samastitihi, even standing. One more on your own, just moving with your breath at your pace. Let this feel really good. Really beautiful work. We all meet back in Tadasana and then we start to add on here. So feeling really stable and steady to start. As you inhale, arms reach out and up. As you exhale, you hinge forward, fold in. Inhale, chest extends forward, gaze comes forward nice and easy. Start to walk your hands forward. So you're going to find your downward facing dog. Release the ears between the inner arms, the biceps. Fire up the legs, reach back through your heels, pull your belly in so much so that as you inhale, you come forward into your plank pose. Couple of breaths here. So shoulder blades squeeze, but try to open across the front of your chest. Gaze an inch or two in front of your fingertips. Legs really active. Good, and then we're gonna lower to our knees. As you exhale, elbows bend an inch, maybe two. No more than half. Keep the shoulder heads lifted. Inhale up. Good, exhale, lower. So just some little mini push-ups. Inhale, press up. Your elbows are squeezing in here. Exhale, lower to halfway. One more. I know the arms are feeling it. Inhale, press up. Nice work. Exhale, lower halfway. Pause. And then land in one piece on your belly. Let's grab that strap again. So taking it in the hands, as wide as you need to. It kind of just depends on how tight your shoulders are, but we're going to pull out on the strap as we come into our Shalabhasana. So first, anchor down into the feet. Feel all 10 toenails press down. Feel the inner thighs spiral up, outer hips squeeze in towards each other. Keep all of that anchoring in your lower body as you inhale. Drag chest forward and up. Pull out on your strap. Maybe you start to lift your wrists up a little higher. That all just depends on what's happening in your body. Breath is smooth and steady. With each inhale, you're finding a little lift, a little extension across your heart and chest. Good. Couple more. As we exhale, we lower down. You can just move the strap off to one side. Bring your fingertips underneath your shoulder heads. Little low cobra, moving with the breath. Elbows squeeze in here. Inhale, chest extends forward and up. You're not pressing into your hands to come up. You're doing this from the muscles in your back as you exhale, lower. So it's not a super deep back bend, but you're definitely feeling a sensation. Inhaling up. Exhale, lower. Good. Inhale up, widening across your heart and chest. As you exhale, you lower down. Inhale up. Hold here. And again, gaze is just soft and gentle in front of you. Neck is nice and long, the front of the neck, the back of the neck. So sometimes we can throw the head back here, or we can start to tuck the chin, split the difference, find lots of length. And then your choice here, you stay here like this. This might be plenty. Maybe you drag your hands back. You check to see that wrists are underneath your elbows. As you inhale, press into the tops of your feet, press into your hands. So come into your upward dog. Legs super active. Your shins, your knees, your thighs should be up off the mat. So if you're kind of dumping into the lower back, just go ahead and come back down to your low cobra. They're both great poses. All right. If you are in your low cobra, you press to your tabletop. Curl your toes under. If you're in your up dog, keep your shins, your knees, your thighs lifted. Roll over your toes. Pull back. Downward facing dog. Good. And then this time we're going to start to walk our feet forward to meet our hands at the top of the mat. Good. As you inhale, chest extends forward, gaze comes forward. As you exhale, fold in. Inhale, press into your feet, stretch arms out and up. As you exhale, hands come together at your heart. Inhaling, reaching. Exhale, hinge forward, fold in. Inhale, chest extends forward, gaze comes forward. Keep your right foot forward, step your left foot way back. Land on that knee. All right, and then we're gonna inhale, come on up. I'm gonna spin around here, so you wanna make sure that your legs are about hips distance apart. Tailbone releasing down. You should be feeling a little stretch on this left hip flexor. Spin your palms to face forward, make fists with your hands. As you exhale, pull down nice and slow. Try to squeeze those elbows in towards each other. Inhale, press up. Exhaling, pulling down. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, pull down. Feel the outer hips squeeze in towards each other. Inhale up, stretch your fingers. Maybe press palms together, gaze up. As you exhale, palms plant. Curl your left toes under. Let's take a little twist here. So root down into that left palm. Start to spin open. You can always do this with the back knee down if that feels better starting out or just better in your body. Make sure shoulders are stacking on top of each other here. Make sure that you're pressing to the inner edge of that right foot. Nice work. Gaze can be down, forward. It might be up. One more deep inhale here. As you exhale, you unwind. So keep looking forward. See if you can keep your hips this low. If your left toe or knee is down on the floor, curl those toes under. We step back to our plank pose. Good work. Take an inhale. Exhale, shift forward. Maybe you come to your knees, lower halfway, hover, or all the way down. Inhale, low cobra or upward dog. Elbows squeeze in towards the midline. Beautiful work. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step that foot through. Land on your right knee. Pat it up if you need to. Make sure that you're not on a tightrope. Inhale, arms reach up. Tailbone directs down, sternum reaches up. Spin the palms to face forward. Make those fists. Exhale. Pull down, squeeze the shoulder blades in towards each other. Inhale up. Exhale, pull down. Good, inhaling, pressing up. As you exhale, you pull down. And then inhale, press up. Release the palms, they face together. Maybe they press. Maybe you gaze up, find a little back bend. And then exhale, hands come down to the mat. Curl, curl right toes under. Take the twist, I almost forgot it. You can have your back knee down here. Press to the inner edge of the left foot as you start to spin open to the left. Shoulder blades squeezing in towards each other. So even here, the shoulders can creep up around the ears. So soften down, see if you can find how to do that in this pose. It's a little unusual with the arms in this configuration, but possible. So just mostly trying to make space for the neck. When we're deep, inhale. And then as you exhale, you unwind, curl your right toes under if you're down on that knee, and step your right foot to meet your left foot at the top of the mat. Good, inhale, chest extends forward, gaze comes forward. Exhale, fold in. Pressing down into your feet, stretching arms out and up. As you exhale, hands come together at your heart. Inhale, reach up, bring right fingertips to left wrist. As you exhale, side bend to the right. Good, inhale up to center, switching to the opposite side, side bending to the left. Good, inhale up to center. As you exhale, hinge forward, fold in. Inhale, chest extends forward, gaze comes forward. So this time the left foot stays forward. Step that right knee way back. All right, we inhale, come up into our low crescent pose. Good, and then bring your palms to face forward. Start to bend the elbows as you exhale. Take a nice deep inhale here, and then we're gonna just do some flies. So as you exhale, resist with your muscles as you come in. Inhale, open up. So you're really firming muscle to bone here. You're not moving particularly fast. Exhale, press in. Good. Inhale, open up. Feel those shoulder blades squeeze in towards each other. One more. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, open up. Good, and then let's exhale, stretch the arms up overhead. Inhale, maybe press palms, gaze up. As you exhale, hands come down, curl right toes under. Let's take that twist again, root into your right palm, press to the inner edge of the left foot, open up into your twist, couple of breaths. That back leg is so strong if that knee is lifted. Good, deep inhale. As you exhale, unwind. If back knee is down, curl those toes under. Keep gazing forward. Keep hips as low as you step to your plank pose. Take an inhale here in your plank. Good, and then as you exhale, shift forward, maybe come to knees. You lower halfway, elbow squeeze in, shoulder heads lift. Stay here or come all the way down. Inhale into your low cobra or upward facing dog. Beautiful work, everyone. As you exhale, you pull back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step that foot through, land on your left knee. Inhale, arms reach up, low crescent, tailbone directs down. Good, and then as you exhale, release your arms out here. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, fly the arms in. Inhale, open up. So you're really engaging the muscles in your arms, actually the outer hips as well. Inhale, open up. Feel that stretch across your heart and chest. One more exhale in. And then inhale, open up. Exhale, press arms to straight. And then inhale, bring your gaze up, maybe press palms together. As you exhale, plant down into that left palm. You can keep the back knee down or curl the toes under. Firm up that thigh. Start to spin your left ribs to the right. Couple breaths here. Shoulder blades stacking on top of each other. Ooh, these look good. Maybe you're gazing up at that top thumb. Breath smooth and steady. What's going on there? In this twist, can you really try to fill up, even though it's a little challenging? One more deep inhale. As you exhale, unwind, curl left toes under if they're not already. Step that left foot to meet your right foot. Inhale, chest extends forward, gaze comes forward. As you exhale, hinge forward, fold in. And then pressing down into your feet, stretching arms out and up. As you exhale, hands come together at your heart. Close your eyes, take a couple of breaths here. Let everything slow down. Notice how you're feeling. Good. As you exhale, release your arms down by your side. All right. As you inhale, arms reach out and up. Right fingertips to left wrist as you exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale up to center, left fingertips to right wrist. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale up. As you exhale, hinge forward, fold in. Inhale, chest extends forward, gaze comes forward. Keep looking forward, bend your knees, plant your palms, right foot back, then left. Inhaling here in plank pose. Good, as you exhale, shift forward on your toes. Lower halfway, hover, or all the way down. Modify with your knees if you'd like. Inhale into your low cobra or your upward facing dog. Shoulder has pressed back. Nice. As you exhale, pull back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step that foot through. This time, keep your left toes curled under. Find a little bend in that knee. Inhale, rise up, full crescent pose. So big stretch on this hip flexor. Bend nice and deep into that right knee. And then hold on to that bend in the right knee. Maybe you start to straighten that back leg any amount. Keep directing your tailbone down. Good, and then let's take our arms out wide. And we're gonna give ourselves a little hug. We're gonna take this left arm underneath, elbows stack. They start to lift. A couple of us might bring the backs of our hands together. You might bring your palms to press. So wherever you're at, elbows lift, shoulder blades release down, strong legs. Keep directing your tailbone down. A little core work here. Feel those outer hips squeeze in towards each other. So crescent pose, legs, Garudasana arms. Good, as we exhale, let's start to hinge forward. And again, it doesn't matter where you're at, but you just keep elbows lifting. Good. From here, we're gonna exhale. Step that left foot to meet the right foot. So find Garudasana arms in your chair pose legs. As you inhale, press legs to straight. Stretch the arms up overhead. Good work. As you exhale, hinge forward, fold in. Inhale, chest extends forward, gaze comes forward. Keep looking forward, bend your knees, plant your palms, left foot back, then right foot. Inhaling in your plank pose. As you exhale, shift forward. Any variation of this Chaturanga Vinyasa that feels good in your body, you can mix and match. As we exhale, we pull back to our downward facing dog. Good. So from here, inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step that foot through, sneak it off to the left a little bit if you need to. Find a bend in that right knee. That's going to help you to direct your tailbone down. Deep bend in this left knee. Rise up into your crescent pose. All right, so pull the belly in, feel the sternum lift. You can keep the bend in the back leg. Maybe you start to straighten, you feel more of a stretch across that hip flexor, but don't do that at the expense of coming out of the front leg. So keep that nice deep bend there. Exhale, take your arms out wide. Good, give yourself that hug again, right arm underneath. So you can stay here, elbows lifting. Maybe they stack, backs of the hands press or palms press. Shoulder blades are releasing down towards your tailbone. Tailbone is releasing down towards the earth. Breath smooth and steady. Nice deep inhale through your nose. Full complete exhales through your nose. All right, so from here, we start to round in, just forward folding. Pull the belly in, even here, keep stretching fingertips forward or elbows lift towards the front of your space. All right, and then it ain't no thing. Just step that right foot to meet your left foot. And then start to lengthen through the sides of your waist. So little chair pose with our eagle arms. Good, inhale nice and slow. Press legs to straight. Release your arms, take another deep inhale. And then as you exhale, release your arms by your side. Roll the shoulders back a few times. Really nice work. All right, so let's approach that eagle pose from the opposite direction. So starting at the top of the mat. And if you know that this is hard for you, maybe you have a block that you can rest your foot on. So we're gonna root down into our left foot first. So you'll want that block off to the left slightly. All right. Belly pulls in, tailbone releases down. As you inhale, knees bend, arms reach up, Utkatasana chair pose. All right, so we're gonna start to lift this right foot up off the mat. And we're gonna cross that leg over. So the outer hips are squeezing in, the inner thighs are squeezing in. Few of us might be able to tuck those toes under. It doesn't matter if that's happening. It just has to do with ankle and hip flexibility. Take your arms out wide here. So this is where you could also have your foot resting on a block if this is really hard to just be balanced here. So arms out wide. So all of those variations. And then again, we're gonna take our right arm underneath, left arm on top. So elbows stack and lift. You can give yourself a little hug. You can press the backs of the hands together. Maybe you press palms together. So sink in a little more. Pull the belly button in and back, and then start to hinge forward. Find something to look at in front of you that isn't moving. Notice if you've got the death grip on those left toes, soften. There is going to be some work here. So there is nothing static about a balance pose. There's so much going on. All right, so I want you to stay low like this. Start to unwrap that right leg. Reach it way back, kind of passing through a warrior pose. Lift up into your crescent with eagle arms. Stretch your arms up. Beautiful work. As you exhale, hands come down. Step your right foot to meet your left foot. Inhale, chest extends. Exhale, fold. Press down into your feet. Stretch arms out and up. As you exhale, hands come together at your heart. And then you can move that block to the opposite side if that was helpful. All right, we know where we're going. That makes it a little easier, although the next side might not be easier in your body, so just know that. As we inhale, knees bend, arms stretch. Chair pose. Anchoring to that right foot, just lift the left foot up. And then we cross it over. We're trying to keep hips facing the same direction. So be mindful of that. Outer hips squeeze in, inner thighs squeeze in, legs are so active here. So again, toes resting on the block can be really nice. If you have the flexibility, you can wrap that foot around. It doesn't matter where you're at. They're all good places to be. As you exhale, take your arms out wide. This time, left arm comes underneath. Elbow stack here and lift. Maybe backs of hands press, maybe palms press. Same actions are happening wherever you're at. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those legs, pull the inner belly in and up. As you exhale, start to fold in. Gaze soft and gentle in front of you. Really focused here. And then we're gonna unwind. Reach that left leg back. It's like you're passing through a little warrior through with eagle arms. Land on those left toes. Lift up, so we're in crescent pose. Beautiful work. As you inhale, untangle your arms, gaze up, maybe press palms. As you exhale, hands come down to the mat. Step your left foot to meet your right foot. Inhale, chest extends. As you exhale, fold in. Inhale, press into your feet. Stretch arms out and up. Beautiful work. As you exhale, hands come together at your heart. Close your eyes. Take a couple of breaths here. Maybe sign the breath out through your mouth, just to help cool the body down, kind of help shift gears, slow things down. And just notice the sensations happening for you, the heat in your body. My heart's beating pretty quickly. Your breath may have sped up. Good. Blink your eyes open here. So I'd like to come into a thoracic back bend since we've done so much shoulder work. I think it's going to feel really nice. And then we'll do a little reclining pigeon pose on our back. So a couple of options to come into your thoracic back bend. And you can just check these out first and kind of see where you want to go. If you do have a couple of blocks, this is a variation that's a little, You're gonna get a little more opening. So you take a block on the middle height and then you're gonna lay over it. So you wanna find like the bottom of the bra strap area. And then you have a block here, potentially for your head. So it feels like the shoulder blades are just draping over the block. You can keep your knees bent or perhaps extend your legs to straight. So this is the more intense version of this pose. For those of us who are a little tighter, in this, you could also do the block lower. That won't be quite as intense, but this is a really great opportunity if you have a blanket, or you can roll up your mat here. Gonna make your little roll up. And kind of the same concept applies. The thicker this is, the more intense stretch you're gonna get in that thoracic. So you can always make this a little thinner. Same thing, you wanna hit the same place. So the hardest part is kind of setting it up. So my shoulder blades are gonna press into the mat on the far side of this roll up. This is kind of like the upper back. And you're kind of just doing cactus shaped arms here. And again, knees can stay bent, especially if there's any sensation in your lower back. Or you extend your legs to straight. So it's a little more kind of like an active Matsyendrasana, so fish pose with this support. Whatever version you're in, start to really slow your breath down, stretch it out. Really breathe into your chest. Feel that lift of your sternum, and then feel those shoulder blades heavy. So they're either releasing over the block or they're releasing over this, this roll up that you have, pressing down into the mat underneath you. Observe if you've started to grip anywhere else in your body that you don't need to. So work in the places that require some effort and support in this pose, but let go of the other places. That might even mean you're clenching your fingers and your toes. Maybe there's some tension in your face and jaw that you're unaware of. We got like another good minute here. So soak in, slow down, enjoy this. Maybe you're gonna start to feel a little more release and opening as we're here a little bit longer. All right, so if legs are extended, you're gonna bend your knees. If you're on the blanket, you're just gonna roll to one side, just move it out from underneath you and then return to your spine. If you're on the blocks, you can also roll off to the side. Sometimes, however, though, it feels better to press down into your palms, into your forearms, lift up, and then move the blocks out of your way. So see what you need to do there. And then we return to our back. And let's just give the knees a quick little squeeze before we come into our reclining pigeon pose. We're gonna add a little twist to this too. So go ahead and release your feet down to the mat, ankles underneath your knees. We're gonna take the right ankle, cross it above the left knee. Left or right hand presses into that right thigh. You're finding space, that lower right waist. And you should be feeling a nice little hip stretch here. If it's not enough in your body, go ahead and bend that left knee in towards your chest. Reach your right hand through that triangle you've made with your legs, interlace fingers either around your thigh or your shin. And then you can take your right elbow into this right thigh. Again, you're just trying to give yourself a little help making space in that lower right waist so you can get a deeper hip, kind of glute stretch. You're gonna feel this in the hamstring potentially a little bit as well. And for those of us with tighter hips, you're not going to need to go as far and you're still going to be getting a really great stretch. So never think that you need to push further than feels good in your body. Go to that place where you're getting some sensation, but it's sustainable. Right. So as you exhale, if you had squeezed that left knee in, just release it down. We're going to take a twist here like this in this shape. So bring your arms out in a T shape. Feel the shoulder blades get heavy. Keep the right foot crossed above the knee like this, but then start to fall to the outer edge of that left foot. And then you stamp that right foot down into the floor. So it's kind of like almost a reclining grasshopper pose. So little twist here, gaze straight up at the ceiling or you're looking out over your right fingertips. Kind of nice little stretch, this lower right waist, SI, sacroiliac joint there. You're gonna feel a little sensation in that right lumbar, little sensation even in the glute. For some of us, it might not be so little, it might be a lot of sensation. Good, so if you're looking off to the right, just bring your gaze up to center, bring the legs up and then uncross that right ankle. Left ankle crosses above left knee, flex the foot, left hand presses into that left thigh. Maybe this is all the further you go. If you're getting a great stretch, this is where you stay. And know that side to side, you can be doing different things, so that's all right as well. Maybe you bend your right knee into your chest, reach through, interlace fingers around thigh or shin, and then wedge that left elbow into that left thigh. So you're pressing it forward, just trying to find a little more space and a little more stretch. Check in with your breath again. Have you lost the thread of your breath? Come back to it. Find that nice inhale through your nose and that nice exhale through your nose. All right. So if you have that right knee squeezed in, just release it down. Arms come out in a T shape, start to fall to the outer edge of that right foot. Stamp the left foot down. So that left sit bone is lifting up off the mat here. And then you can again gaze straight up or roll onto your left cheek. Just see what feels best in your neck. We take a few breaths here in this funky little twist. Good. If you've rolled to that left cheek, just bring your gaze back up to the ceiling. And then inhale, make your way out of the twist. Uncross that left ankle. Give the knees a squeeze in here. If you wanted to come into quick little happy baby, you're welcome to do that. So whatever you need before you start to make your way into your final resting pose, your Shavasana. So perhaps you take a little support under the knees. That's really nice if there's any tugging sensation, any discomfort in your lower back. Otherwise, classic Shavasana. Legs a little wider than hips distance apart, arms a little wider than shoulders distance apart. Maybe you kind of snuggle those shoulder blades underneath here. See if you can find a little of that sensation of the thoracic lifting. So that feeling that we had laying over the blanket or the blocks. And then really enjoy these final quiet moments here. Just allow all of this hard work that you've done to assimilate into your body. Shavasana. Good. Take a deeper inhale. Open your mouth, sigh the breath out. Start to bring a little awareness back to your body. Bring some movement back to your body. Wiggle fingers, toes, stretch out. And staying soft and quiet, roll to one side or the other. Just find the fetal position. And then use your hands to help you press back up to your Sukhasana. So ending class as we started in this comfortable seat, but notice how you feel a little different. Hopefully there is a sense of space and ease here. Hopefully it feels like your breath is a little steadier, a little deeper. And then as a result of body and breath working together, hopefully your headspace feels a little calmer, a little quieter. You might even feel a little sense of joy. And who can ask for more than that on a Monday? So soak it up, send yourself love and gratitude for showing up and working hard. And then just promise yourself that you're going to carry a little of this feeling with you into the rest of the day, the rest of the week ahead. And bring your palms together at your heart. Just bow your head with a smile. Beautiful work today. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.